Alright, hello and welcome to Fight for Blight, Session 21. Questions to be answered. As we normally do, we'll go around the table and check in with everybody and see how their week was. Let's start with Justalin. How's your week?
It went pretty well. It was me and my girlfriend's first anniversary, so she took me to this massage parlor since I've never had a professional massage. So I got rubbed on by this old lady for an hour. That was interesting. Work wise, I got to meet our colonel. He's like the big dog for our division, so he came through today to visit our office. Other than that, yeah, pretty normal.
Nice. Well, did it at least feel good getting a massage, or did you just
Yeah,
feel
yeah.
awkward the whole time?
I got the deep tissue, so it was kind of painful at times, a lot of elbows and palms, but
Hmm.
yeah, it was an interesting experience. I'll put it that way.
Cool. Mevara, how was your week?
It's been good. Trying to think. Just doing house things. Hung out with my sister and her boyfriend. That was really nice. But yeah, it's been very low key.
Good, good. Adashi, of course, joining us a little bit later. So, Crix, how was your week?
It's been pretty good. I had to fix my truck, but other than that, no big issues.
Was it something major, or is it just...
No, just an oil pressure sensor, but man, it was a pain in the butt to get to.
So you did it yourself?
Of course.
Saved yourself some money then. Vieric, how was your week?
Oh, hello everyone. Welcome back to Fight for Blight, ladies and gentlemen. You're tuned in to your favorite Twitch streamer, Hip Hop Whole Cage. But everything's cool. The week's normal. You're welcome for that, by the way.
Did you just say my name wrong?
Did I? I think I said it right. I think you spelled it wrong.
Nope.
I agree to disagree.
Have a good week.
Yeah, it was decent. I can't complain.
Good. And Cryptilli, how was your week?
My week was pretty good. Yeah, it was pretty chill. Ready for this session.
Yeah. Glad everyone had a good week. So then the only thing really to get into before we get into our game is the recap. Which of you would like to take the lead on that?
Man, I haven't done it in a while, so I guess I can jump on it.
Sure, go for it.
All right, so we make our way back home, and then we see that the gate is open. And although we're kind of concerned at first, we come to realize that everything is normal. Then we go to update our father on our adventures. Um, and we tell him that we see Cilium, and he makes sure to let us know that we must avoid him at all costs. We're definitely not ready to face him at this point. He's also concerned about Exarch and Leo. He hasn't heard any word from them. Um, I know we have some time to be idle, so we all try to use it constructively. Cryptilli and Gestalin plan to bury those crystals in different ways and experiment with those, but we're going to wait until we get to closer to Exarch stronghold. May has a successful hunt, and she gets some hairs, and she also hooks me up with some juniper berries, which was dope. Crix, he starts his blacksmithing apprenticeship. If I said that right. What else? Yeah, and after being constructed for a little while, we start to make our way towards Exarch stronghold. And on the way we get to that cave I was talking about, so me and Cryptilli could plant the crystals and experiment. But of course, we all have to face a ton of crabs since it is seaside. But the guys managed to get rid of the crabs, and after that, we experiment with the crystals, and I think that was about it. Feel free to add.
That was pretty damn good. But yes,
Yeah,
anything
it's
to
a
add?
few notes.
I think that was great. The only thing is we ended on like a major cliffhanger, which was like I think it was Creep Tilly, Crix, and maybe just Stalin, or I think. But anyways, they tried planting the crystals in a bunch of different ways, and then right before we left off for the day, Crix was realizing that like we missed a major step.
Do we remember what that was? Because I forgot.
Oh no, it was a cliffhanger.
Dun dun dun.
So we're about to find out.
All right. Well, just double checking. Didn't sound like it, but anything else after that? Because we did leave off on a cliffhanger. If
That's
you put it
about
that
everything
way.
I remember.
All right. Perfect. Like I said, that was pretty good. Well, we'll go ahead and get into our story with this. Continuing on May 1st, year 1101, as the day is coming to an end, as each of you found yourselves inside a cave, the cave floor seemed to be moving, but each of you soon realized this cave filled with a swarm of crabs. Each of you quickly dispatched of the crab infestation and then began burying the crystals acquired from the Knoll Cave to the south. After completing burying some inside, some in the middle, and also some outside, covering a variety of positions in the now what was ordained as the Crystal Farm by Creptilli. Crix then realized there was a crucial step that was missing. The rest of the family, while unsure, Crix, you remember the red-faced Knoll speaking some words. You gotta tell it do something.
I think we gotta give some kind of command to the crystals in order for them to grow. Although it may have to be very specific, otherwise things could go poorly.
I wonder if it matters about the words or if it's based on the intent behind the words.
That is something to consider, because the way I see it, if we just were to tell them to grow, we might end up with a crystal force that we might not want.
Interesting.
But that's just a hypothesis.
Oh, well, that seems simple enough. Maybe I can say some words over them.
Well, what do we want these crystals to do?
And I would say, let's ask them to grow, and make people regain the strength that they once had.
And also, I think we should make sure that that growth is limited. Maybe we can limit the size to perhaps 3 feet in width. I just know if they get too big, we can't break pieces off of them. So I'm not sure how convenient that would be.
Well, we could always travel back to the cave, um, if we need to. Um, but let's make sure that we're as careful as possible.
So should we use one phrase for all of them or try different phrases? Since we are trying to use variables here.
In my opinion, we should probably try the exact same thing with the 3 that we've set up in sort of a formation so that hopefully we have the same outcome with all 3 of them. If it is to make some sort of healing circle or whatever, like the gnolls have. But the 2 I planted outside, we could try different things.
That sounds excellent. Maybe the 2 that we planted outside, we can ask to let us know or alarm us if someone tries to enter this cave.
I didn't know they had those capabilities. How would we go about that?
Yeah, I was thinking of something much more simple, maybe just glow for one of them.
Okay. Yeah, the 2 outside, maybe we can ask them to just simply go like glow and grow. We'll start with those first, if that's okay.
Glow and grow.
So is that all the words that you're choosing to use for it? Glow, glow and grow, I believe it was.
I'm making if if that's okay with my brothers.
You should probably mention a size, like just Stalin was saying.
Or, at the very least, picture a size that you want it to achieve in your mind.
Yes, that's my thought. I'm sure those gnolls aren't that smart to give it as much details.
Or that could be the only part that they're smart at.
So yeah, Cryptilli's just gonna jump the gun. She's gonna go out to the crystals that Crix planet, and I'm gonna put my hands over, say a small prayer, asking for guidance, and then I'm gonna ask the crystals to simply go, go, glow and grow, and I'll picture the exact images that were at the front of the no cave. I believe with the blue crystals they were that Virik almost snatched right off the rip.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, so you're only doing the ones on the outside?
Yeah, I'm just doing the ones on the outside, not the ones on the inside. I want to do that with those first.
Okay. So I got a phrase for the ones in the inside if you want to hear it. A little bit of
I do.
poetry. If you are willing, turn purple for healing. Grow to a size that is quaint and appealing. It's kind of long though.
Well, what was the second part of that?
Grow to a size that is quaint and appealing. I think quaint means like small.
Yeah.
Okay, and on which ones?
That'll be for the 3 in the inside because we want those to be purple for healing, I believe.
Got it. Any words for the ones in the middle?
Those were for the ones in the middle. I believe the 3 that we planted in the
He said
middle.
those were for the ones inside. You had 3 spots: inside, in the middle, and then outside.
Did somebody bring um more crystals?
I planted crystals like out in the open and then out at the like at the very entrance. So that might be the outside. The middle ones might be somewhere that I planted.
Yes.
Well, the other one I planted.
The other one that you planted.
Okay, so I think just all of you were referring to the 3 that we put into the triangle.
Right, if that's the ones we want to
Yeah.
keep for
perfect.
healing, especially since they're on the inside.
Good deal. So the middle ones.
Now, if they're
Destroy
white, we could
crabs.
reuse them.
Yeah, I think the middle ones, if you guys are okay with it, I want to try to make a type of alarm that would let us know if somebody approached the cave or came inside the cave.
I'm game for whatever.
Okay, so I'll speak over the one in the middle and say grow to a size that's small and send an alarm to us all that isn't harmful. And if someone other than us approaches. And that's it.
Okay, got it. With it being fairly late in the day, with your bits of ventures at this cave and taking your bit of time clearing out the crabs, the other 2, Virik and Adashi, back at camp setting everything up. Is there anything you guys would like to take care of during this time?
I think Adachi is probably trying to keep his distance because he realizes now he gets on Viric's nerves. So I think he probably spent 10 minutes, cast his Unseen Servant, and is having the Unseen Servant kind of like, fix whatever needs to be fixed at the camp. And then he's going to be studying to see if he can learn his 2nd level spell again.
Perfect. I just need an Arcana check from you.
And Little May's probably like kind of, oh, she's with the group, I think, so never mind. She's doing her own thing.
Okay, you pass.
Nice.
This, I do believe, will complete your spell. If I'm not mistaken, because you had started it the previous day.
Cool. Okay. I learned a spell. Awesome.
And Virik said he had to take a step away for just a moment to answer a work call. So, Adachi, as you're finishing up these bits of details on your tattoo, you hear footsteps beginning to approach from down near the water's edge, just over the way as the rest of your siblings return. The sun almost fully set on the western horizon.
Before they get there, can I cast my new spell
If you want to.
on myself? Yeah, I think I want to.
Okay, what spell?
It is invisibility.
Okay.
Pew, 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 meow.
Well, nonetheless, with that spell, everything else still stands. You see them, but the rest of you don't see Adachi at all. Just Vieric.
There's just a random unseen servant, kind of like randomly. Every once in a while, you see like
You
the
wouldn't see
fire
the
getting
unseen
stoked.
servant either.
Yeah, you would just see like the fire getting stoked, or like a tent flap being adjusted.
So what did the four of you do? I don't know if the cogwheels are turning or if my mic's off.
As I approach, I'll ask, Vieric, what have you done with Adachi?
Vieric's AFK.
Yeah,
With-
there's nobody at the camp for us to talk to right now. It's
With
just an empty camp, essentially.
with no reply, I'll go. Is there? Wait. I thought they were supposed to be guarding the camp. We can't trust those two to do anything.
That's rich coming from you.
Checkmate.
when
Oh,
when
silly.
if
I've
if
been
Cryptilli
nothing
kinda
but
s-
trustworthy. When have you given me a task that I haven't completed?
Completed without making more trouble for us?
Completed nonetheless.
I'll give you that.
when Cryptilli kind of walks to a place that's maybe a little more isolated, Adachi wants to try to pickpocket her.
Okay. I mean, like, just a few of the moments go by with them making their way up, checking the area, not finding either one of you there. It takes a little bit of time before Cryptilli moseys away from the rest of the group, and as she does, just taking a look around, seeing if she can spot either of you along the coast, seeing little tracks of from Kitty leading a bit off to the bushes. Assuming Vieric is on a small, quick hunt, Adachi is still unable to be seen. Can you give me a sleight of hand check at advantage? Cryptilli, give me a perception check.
Oh no!
You feel this hand begin to go within your cloak into like your coin bag to pocket, and you quickly turn, expecting to perhaps see Vieric, but still nothing. So you grasp forward in an attempt to chill touch. You do not find a target, but something is still within grasp.
So as I like reach out to grab whatever's grabbing near my person, I'm gonna try to do that chill touch. But I'm also gonna try to grab whatever is there.
Okay, so go ahead and give me an athletics check, and this will be at disadvantage. Adachi, give me an athletics check.
Could I make an argument for acrobatics?
No, because it's a grapple.
Oh, because yeah,
I think
okay,
it specifically states athletics, like a strength save.
I'm not even gonna roll
okay. I'm
again.
cool with that.
Oh, it was almost a 2! You feel a grasp of a cloak there, Cryptilli, but it quickly gets ripped from the grasp of your hands, and then you're not sure, but there's quite a bit of indented snow. Someone stepping around, but whatever it is, doesn't seem to be within reach anymore.
Can
And
I
I'll yell
mentally
out.
command?
Who goes there?
Sorry, I'm gonna mentally command my unseen servant to like mess with the tracks in the snow, and I'm gonna run away.
So as tracks begin to get covered, you, Cryptilly, see these new tracks being made in another direction.
And I'll say, siblings, there is something here that I cannot see. And as I do so, I'm just gonna shoot a fucking sacred flame
no.
at the place where I see the tracks being covered.
I think you probably.
I'm pretty
The
sure
unseen
if it
servant
does
has-
hit, it would kill it, but I think you have to be able to see the target for it to cast.
Oh, you're right. You have to be able to see a target. So I'm just gonna target the footprints and hope that it hits whatever it is.
Okay. So, Adashi, give me a dexterity saving throw. From it being the servant, it'll be at disadvantage, but because he's trying to get like a general location, I'll give advantage, and so it'll cancel out and just be a normal save.
So I just need to roll a normal dexterity
Yep.
save.
Just taking everything into account. It passed.
Hey.
An plume of snow poofs up into the air. The tracks still being covered.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go. Where is Adashi and Virik?
Something doesn't seem right here.
I wonder if this thing has taken them.
Virik begins to trudge back, and as he does, you'll see that he's got a small boar, roughly 15-20 pounds, but Kitty in her mouth has seems to be a little pup.
Wait, like a boar pup?
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy. Sorry, that was great.
Briefly to explain, Adashi was invisible, or used a spell, I should say, and is just messing around with the party, and you had just walked away to get some food.
All right, cool.
I'm gonna try. Okay, so I'm gonna telepathically, because I can do this with Find Familiar, tell Little May to make a scene, and like, squawk, go in a tent or something, give me a little distraction, and then I'm gonna try one more time to pickpocket Cryptilly.
Okay, give me a performance check with for Little May.
Oh gosh, oh no. What is? I'm just gonna roll a d20 because I don't think she has a bonus to that.
Little May comes swooping around. As each of you spot Little May, seems to go directly for Cryptilly, talons outstretched. Then, just stopping briefly in attempts to distraction. Can't really give you, double
Yeah, you can't
advantage
give
or
me-
anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
I just wanted
But-
I feel like everyone would be on high alert, and if I'm gonna try it one more time, I would need.
Makes sense. But for this,
Something,
with Little May being around super towards you, what do you do, Cryptilly?
I'm gonna reach my arms out towards Little May and say, "What is gotten into you? Where is Adashi?"
Okay, go ahead and give me another athletics check. I think you got her.
Even sleight of hand.
And
To get.
as You
Oh,
snatch
yeah, no
little
way.
May out of the sky. Go ahead and give me a sleight of hand check again there, Adashi.
Okay. Still at advantage.
Mm-hmm.
Hey.
All right, and Creptilli. Perception check, my friend. And while little May is just flapping her wings wildly, I am gonna roll this to see what is grabbed. Pulling up your inventory sheet.
Yeah. I got a lot of shit. Don't tell everybody though. My gold's in 5
Okay.
different pouches.
Yeah, and I also figured from pockets and everything, just doing like a little bit of a random. Adashi, you'll be able to snag 2 darts.
Well, okay. Not that it's exciting, but okay. I'll take it. I'll take 2 darts. And then can I try to stealth away?
Of course.
And that would also be an advantage? Or normal? Does it
It's
snow,
advantage
or-
because of invis.
Okay.
All right. With the rest of you looking about, can the rest of the party give me a perception check?
Thanks, you guys.
Vieric, you'll notice some footsteps moving away from Creptilli.
I'm gonna say, what the fuck is that?
What is what? And I'll try to see where he's putting his gaze upon.
The rest of you turn, just seeing a bit of indented snow.
I'm gonna drop invisibility and just say, Vieric, always perceptive.
Hey, I'm proud of you, kid.
And then I'll take out the 2 darts. I guess they're still in my hand, and I'll just kind of toss them to Vieric and say, I got these.
Yeah, like I
Wait.
said, I'm proud of you.
Adashi's a little speechless. There's a little tear that rolls down his cheek, and he goes, "Thank you, brother. I thought you'd appreciate me stealing from Creptilli more than anyone else." And then he looks at Creptilli and goes, "No offense. Just fun, right?"
Who's that chill touch on, Creptilli?
Adashi.
Oh shit.
Okay. I don't think a 15 actually hits.
I think that's my I think that's my AC exactly, unless I had my shield out, which I don't think I would have had my shield. I think my shield's equipped on my yeah, I wouldn't have had my shield out, so that would hit exactly.
Oh, well, roll me damage. Oh, shit.
Oh.
Max damage as Creptilli reaches out, still clutching little May in one hand, reaches out with the other, and you feel this just cold bit of energy trickle through your veins. You look at your hand and you can see darkness, black lines where your veins should be, and as it dissipates, the pain burns and just feels as if it's seeping farther in.
Adashi just yells out, "Ah!" and like falls to the ground. And as he stands up, he's going to use his his bonus action. What's it called? Fighter short rest thing.
Second win.
Shoot, second win. Thank you.
So as you turn and basically said
kind
no
of
hard
brushed himself
feelings,
off.
Creptilli cheap shot ya.
And Adachi will just be like, guess I deserve that.
And I'll say, good one, but don't ever try that again.
And Adachi looks fine.
So I'm gonna chuckle and look at Creep Tilly and say, "Come on, like we couldn't use that."
It's true, but it's a dashi.
Nobody will ever see it coming.
And I'm just gonna look at both of them with a cold stare. I'm not gonna say anything.
She was just worried about what could have happened to you when she couldn't find you, Adachi.
Oh, oh gosh, I guess I didn't think about that. I was just, I got the tattoo to work right, and I got really excited, and and then he starts like kind of undressing a little too much, like he's showing a little too much like midriff, like trying to show you guys the tattoo and like how he got it to like line up with, the markings Ohan kind of gave him, and yeah, oversharing as always.
Yeah, I'm gonna go and like storm off to like a fire, and I'm gonna throw down all the crap that I would have grabbed, and whip out my jug and start drinking.
All right, yeah, those tattoos are nice. Put your shirt back on.
Aren't you
Oh,
cold enough
yeah.
already?
Oh, yeah. I did kind of hit the snow real hard there. Yeah, that's a good idea. So he kind of puts his shirt back on, and then he looks at just Stalin and May and kind of whispers like, did I go too far? She seems kind of mad."
She'll get over it.
She'll be fine.
Okay, but Vieric really liked it, right? Like he seemed kind of, he thought that was pretty funny.
So I want to go over and talk to Creep Tilly, and I'm gonna say, we could get a dashi in on shenanigans, right?
But what if he's not strong enough yet? And I'll take another swig of my drink.
That's true, he's not, but that's why they won't see it coming, and we do need a third sometimes.
Would Adachi hear that at all?
I mean, they're off by the fire. However, it's not that the camp is too big or anything, so if you're trying to eavesdrop, I imagine so.
Adachi would kind of sheepishly kind of walk up to them, maybe keep at his distance a little bit, and say, "Well, I, just so you know, I can also cast it on other people besides myself. So I mean, if you guys want to, invite me to, hang out sometime, I could make one of y'all invisible, and just kind of, you know, look out, or is that a thing y'all need, or um." It kind of just like kicks the dirt, like looking at his foot.
Adachi, shut up before everybody hears you.
Yeah, play cool. Yeah, I can be cool. I can be cool. And he looks not cool at all.
I'm gonna look at Creep Tilly and say, maybe you were right.
I'll pass Vieric my jug and just tell him, take a drink and pass it to Adachi. I'm just glad you two little shits are alright.
I'm gonna take a swig and give it to Adachi and say, Adachi, don't overdo it.
Yes, sir. And then he takes it and He's gonna take an extra big swig just to try to like fit in. Like he's trying to like impress them that he can hang.
I want to snatch it
And then-
from him while he's trying to take a big swig.
Unless you impose Adachi, that can be done.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
I don't think I would. Not for Vieric.
All right, so Varric, you snatch the jug, and as you do so, bits of the ale and wine kind of like dribble over you, Adachi, just pouring down your jaw and then over your clothing. Varric just staring at you.
Adachi acts like he meant to do that and kind of like brushes himself off and is like, "Yeah, that's that was refreshing. Yeah, good alcohol. Love
I
that."
told you not to overdo it, and you tried.
Oh, I just was trying to, I just was. I just really love alcohol a lot. I drink it all the time, and I guess I got a little too, friendly with that flask. I'll be more careful.
Adachi, shut up. And then I'm gonna give Creep Tilly the jug back.
And Adashi's gonna be quiet the rest of the day.
Crix, May, just Stalin. Any plans for the evening?
That type of meat won't last long. And start trying to stew them.
I'm gonna look over my armor, see if there's any little bits and pieces I can practice repairs on. You know, my sewing and such for the linings and whatnot.
Okay. Just, giving yourself little bits of time to do so will definitely keep it fresh in your mind. But with the amount of time that you'll be able to put into it each day while traveling, it'll basically just be a refresher versus any progression.
That's fine. I just want to keep my skills honed.
Yeah, don't want to get rid of that natural 20 that you wasted. Or not wasted, but used, I guess I should say, in the beginning.
I am a diligent student.
It proved to be so. Just Stalin, you are having a little bit to drink and stewing some of the crabs, getting some water to boil, not too hard, whether it is getting some ice from the shoreline or just getting some snow itself, placing it over a fire. It'll eventually just begin to turn to water and begin to boil soon thereafter. May? Anything specifically for you?
No, mate, just hanging out by the fire. Helping Stellan if he needs it.
Got it. So, just out of curiosity, with the amount of meat that you have, the boar will be roughly enough to feed practically all of the animals, if you wish to do so. But you do have plenty of other options, and some that may need to go first, if you will.
Yeah, I'm wondering, out of all the crabs that we killed and we brought back, how much meat we can get from that, or how much grass.
It'll be enough to sustain each of you for the night.
Crab feast. Yeah, I would say we should probably give some of the board to the dogs, if that's what Vieric wants to do, and then if not, then we can freeze it.
Yeah, we can give the big one to the dogs and cook the tiny one for Kitty and Nix. I'm assuming there's enough on the tiny one for both of them.
Uh, when you're trying to take away the pup from Kitty, can you give me an animal handling check?
But I was gonna say, definitely don't cook it.
Oh, my bad. I totally did not think that through. But I'll do the animal handling thing anyways.
As you begin to approach, you can tell that Kitty does not want to share. But after a bit of some pets and a bits of love and some direction from you, Varric, she will share the rest with Nyx.
Hell yeah.
Thank you, Brett.
Hey, they're siblings. That's what they do.
So then, by the sounds of it, after each of you feed the dogs, the camp is taken care of, and cook yourselves a nice crab feast for the evening, sounds that we can get into our watch order for the night. So as long as everything remains the same, I do believe the first watch is Virg and Creptilli for my last notes.
Sounds good to me.
Unless something has changed, and I mean, maybe it has, maybe it hasn't, and I just forgot to write it down, but that's the last watch order I have.
And I think we'll go with that.
Yep, that's right.
Okay. So, Creptilli and Virric, for your watch, everything is quite peaceful. You can hear the bits of the ocean hitting the shore, just off to the distance to the east. And you can even catch reflections of bits of ice that have washed up upon shore as well. But having a clear view looking around, nothing obstructing your vision besides little bits of snow dunes here and there, each of you are quite sure it's a nice, peaceful night. Well, during your watch, I should say. Other roles to be determined.
Dope. A nice quiet night.
Then I have Crix and just Stalin. And both of you find much of the same.
Cool.
Awesome.
Then May and Adachi. Can both of you give me a perception check?
Can I use Little May's advantage?
Sure.
Whoops.
Nice.
Got a total of 23, but
As Little May is looking out, as the sun is just beginning to peak and nearing the end of the night for each of you, Little May spots it appears to be a green hue to the north.
assuming Little May points it out to Adachi, Adachi would kind of like nudge, would check it out and see if he sees it, and then would say, "Sister, do you see that the color in the sky?" To the north?
Do I see it?
As it's pointed out, it'll be brought to your attention and you can see it.
And you said it was green?
Mm-hmm.
That can't be good, right?
Is that in the direction of where, like, Windhelm or North? Not sure.
Well, it seems like it's north of the stronghold, perhaps.
That's correct, May.
Is there some kind of like arcana or maybe history check for like the geography of like where the like any way to tell like where the lights are kind of near, like a landmark or something?
With it being over the horizon, you're going to be unsure of how far it exactly is. But it's just off to your north. It's the only thing you'll be able to know for sure.
May we've only seen lights by the Stokeland Mountains before, right? Meteors and that kind of stuff. Like a light to the north is new.
I mean, but weren't we thinking that all the lights we've seen before were the dragon?
Huh. That could be kind of bad, right?
Yeah, that could be terrible. And even though it seems far away, I don't think that's a long distance for a dragon to travel at all.
Huh.
Perhaps we should wake our siblings now. Or maybe we can wait till the morning for them to get their rest. But we should hurry and get to the stronghold and see what's happened.
Yeah, or maybe Cryptilli, I think, seen a lot of the lights. Maybe we just wake her up and.
Yeah, great idea, brother. You do that. I'll stand guard.
But maybe you could do that.
Oh, yeah. I'll wake her up. No, you're right. That makes sense.
Thank you.
I was waiting for May to say, no, that's an order, Hadashi.
I know, that had to be stuck.
She chuckles, but also is worried about a dragon.
So yes, yeah, you can easily wake up Cryptilli. Cryptilli, you're shaken awake by your sister.
How do you shake me awake?
I just kind of tap you. I like rub your arm gently, and I'm like, sister. Sister, come outside. Everything's fine. Come outside.
And I'll slowly react to the sound of her voice. What is it? Did Adashi...
Shh. I pull her outside the tent so she doesn't wake anybody up.
And I'll roll out and follow her out.
And then I tell her about the light. Point it out to her if it's still in the sky. Is that the same light you saw before?
Green. It's not the same hue. And I'll keep looking at it to see if I can tell if it has like the same either like output of like light that I saw from the Stokeland Mountains or from my vision. Like I'll try to compare it to what I've saw. That's the word, luminosity.
The wattage.
Yeah. I'll try to see if it's coming off in the same amount of like strength.
Well, with luminosity being like a $12 word, you are pretty sure of the characteristics. The green hue off to the north is quite similar to that you've seen in your dreams, your visions, and also when you had seen it coming from the Stokeland Mountains. The only difference is, as you look towards the Stokeland Mountains, the only thing that is noticed is still the purplish hue that seems to be well off in the distance, giving the mountains a ominous glow. To be noted, not in the mountains, but just like almost casting a shadow upon them.
Okay. And the
the-
same way, I think in the same fashion or a similar fashion, I'll take time to pray to Deanna and ask for a little guidance. And I'll just say, the similar things that I do in that fashion. There is a fine line between life and death, and those that don't live, well, die. And I'll ask her for a little guidance to make sure that we get upon our travels to, what is that, the White Thorn Forest, safely.
Noted.
But before Cryptilli goes to sleep or goes back in the tent, Adachi is going to kind of like cross his arms and like casually like walk up next to her and be like, "Hey, sorry, it was definitely May's idea to wake you up. I would have let you sleep, just so you know." And then he like, if May hears that, he looks at May and just like gives her this look of like, "Please go along with it," because he wants Cryptilli to like him.
Absolutely. I needed your wisdom, sister.
Yeah, I'll roll my eyes at Adachi. And I'll turn to May and I'll ask her, when did you first notice this light? Is this the first night?
Yes, just before we woke you up. I mean, I don't think it's the first night we've seen a light out and about, but it's the first time we've seen it here, so close to Blight and close to the stronghold on the eastern side.
Yes. I fear that this might not be the best sign, though.
Do you think it's Cilium?
From what I've seen and what I know, his essence is closer to purple. But I'm not sure.
So it could be more than one?
It sounds like maybe the source of this green light is maybe something we need to investigate. Regardless, so maybe this is our new. Maybe there's some clues about Exarch and Lady Faye there.
Yes, perhaps. I think we should let our brothers sleep for now and travel to Exarch and find some answers. We can talk about this during our travels.
Sounds good. Get some more rest, sister, if you can.
Unfortunately, Cryptilli, before you can find yourself back in a meditative state, it will be time for each of you to begin your day and your journey, continuing it to the stronghold.
That's okay. If I have at least 10 minutes before everyone wakes up, I will start the ritual. for a prayer of healing?
You're more than welcome to. But just as a reminder, everyone can roll some hit dice with the short rest being completed as well. With it being a ritual, I kind of see it as, why not? But, the 10 minutes is definitely well utilized with packing up the camp and stuff, so
Yeah, fair enough.
I think that's
I'm
actually
not-
a smart decision.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure if anybody's using it. So yeah, I'll just go ahead and do it anyway.
Yeah, and as for that, I will state that if you do the same thing, kind of like what Adachi had done with the alarm, after a few times, I'll just assume that you do that every morning, unless you otherwise state it.
Perfect.
Well, let me be more specific for that. I'll while you're out and about, because I don't see a reason for you doing it if, like, back at Blight or something like that.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say too. I was going to say, yeah. No,
Again,
that
it
makes
shouldn't
sense.
matter, but maybe you got more important shit to do.
Exactly. I'm like, fuck them.
But taking
Cool.
roughly 30 to 45 minutes for each of you to get the camp put away, and nice roll, and the sleds all set up with the dogs. Each of you can begin to make your way to the stronghold. With the amount of ground you covered the previous day, you expect yourself to arrive there within a few hours, especially if piloted as well as the day before. So, with that, will the pilots of the dog sleds give me an athletics or acrobatics check? Your choice.
Today I asked Creep if she wants to pilot my sled.
Thank you, but I was actually rather looking forward to maybe both of us piloting sleds together.
Okay, well, you continue to chip away at our brother. I'll try and talk to him.
So as Vieric gives you the middle finger, Creptilly, and demands the mushies to go, Vieric takes off with no problem. Then, as you load up on May's sled, May begins to follow suit, even covering a bit more ground than Vieric, able to catch up in just a few moments' time.
I stick my tongue out at him when we catch up.
I would never give the middle finger to my sister. Who would do that?
Vieric would.
You damn right he would. I mean, he wouldn't do that.
Like, you sure you want to do that?
Damn right I do. I ain't scared of your chill touch.
Adachi is.
And Adachi should be, to be fair. Especially after that max damage roll.
Yeah.
So, kind of out of left field. But, each of you, as you are making your way towards the stronghold in a quite a quickened pace, move you each to about right here. Not quite at the stronghold yet, but fairly close. Coming over the last snow dune, and each of you kind of recognizing this area with a bit more familiarity as you come over and lay your eyes upon the stronghold for the first time in a few weeks. Can each of you give me a perception check?
Can I do mine with Little May again?
I'm having too much fun to see anything.
Yes, you can if you wish.
I just rolled with Sadashi. It's fine. Perceptive as always.
Vieric, Cryptilli. As you lay eyes upon the stronghold, Vieric and Cryptilli, both of you notice the stronghold to be in comparison of when you left, near immaculate condition. The amount of funds that you have sent, along with supplies and individuals to finish up some work and repair the area, seems to have paid its due dividends, as you can see quite a few constructed buildings standing in pretty well condition. Even from this distance, you can notice quite a bit of difference.
Nice. So as I see this, I'll grasp my crossbow, rub my emblem, and just say praise Deanna as we keep riding.
Soon as you each begin to make your way up to the wooden walls, the bits of carved pointed logs that give some slight protection to the stronghold, each of you see two guards just at the southern gate. And with the gates open and able to make your way in, the guards give you each a salute as they recognize exactly who you are. However, as you make your approach, you can see that they are backing away, seemingly scared from the amount of animals making its way toward the gate.
I'll just let out a
Hold!
cackle.
I'll
Royals
slow down.
hold!
I'll slow down the sled as soon as I notice them sort of like backing away.
I'm not slowing down.
As I notice Virig not slowing down, I'll laugh even louder.
As Vieric, you begin to make your way in, you go through the open gates and right into the stronghold. May, sliding, you can see that the once you start to apply some of the brakes and slide a bit, bits of snow just plume out towards the guards, covering them up quite a bit. They shake themselves off and clean themselves up, and then looking back and seeing Vieric just round a corner, heading towards the stronghold square. We'll see exactly where Vieric goes in just a moment. But then the guards turn to you, May, and they just look at you and say, welcome to the stronghold, Princess. And then give a salute to you, Cryptilli, and then I think Adashi's on this one as well, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
I am so sorry. Still learning how to work. This is called a sled, a dog sled. But yeah, sorry.
Scratching his head, you can see the high elf to be quite taken back. So how do you even get them to just pull you? I'm imagining that took quite a bit of work.
Just a lot of training. You'll have some soon enough. But I'll definitely I'll keep it slow in the city, in the stronghold. Make sure I don't
Well,
cover anyone in snow.
I'm not sure where the prince has gone, but Exarch has yet to make his return back to the stronghold. I don't wish to overstep my bounds, but my guess is that he would be happy to have you in his home, as he did when you had been here before. And then he begins to gesture towards the stronghold and mention, and the amount of coin that you had sent this way was put right to work. People here are quite ecstatic of the improvements. Makes everyone feel a bit more at home. Safe.
It's wonderful. It looks wonderful. But yeah, we're here. We're here because we haven't heard news of our uncle either. Tell me, before I go, have you noticed anything strange at night? Any strange lights? Do you know what that is?
You mean the bits of green and purple that have been trickling across the skies? I'm not sure what it is, but a few of the guards reported it from the northern end. Seems that side has had a bit more, a clearer view of it, if you will.
Yes, well, we saw it last night too.
Well, with how much it illuminated, it did seem a bit far.
Yes. Well, we'll get on our way.
And he just gives you another salute as he welcomes you into the stronghold. Virik, trudging in there with what would you call it, 13 dog power sled? Where are you heading to in such a pace?
I'm gonna say to the main part, to wherever the castle or whatever is.
To the manor? Not a
Yeah, that's
no
the
castle here. It's definitely not rich enough.
word. Yeah, I'm gonna head to the manor.
Got it. So May, it doesn't take too much skill for you to be able to follow the quite a bit of confused civilians amongst the stronghold, each of them looking down the path that leads to Exarch's Manor.
So when we get there, ow, I'm sorry, just my elbow's so hard.
Ow.
Oh.
So, while you recover for a moment, because it sounds like you just hit the elbow pretty good, each of you just making your way to the manor then?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I suppose.
Yeah, I was just gonna say I start tending to the dogs and try to find them somewhere like maybe like like they probably don't have a stable, but like maybe like a porch area.
Yeah, I was thinking like a kennel or something for them.
Well, with dogs kind of being a different breed, a different species, if you will, to the area, you can find some stables, but maybe this is actually a little bit more beneficial for each of you. Due to the fact of them being stables, you can get 2, 3 dogs in there in comparison to having to get, 13 separate little kennels
Nice.
for each team, that is. But with each of you making your way to the manor, you find the door to be unlocked. Not too much of a surprise. With the amount of guards and civilians in the area, it seems relatively normal. to be able to trust that is around you. Making your way in, it's quite quiet. You begin tending to the fire, growing it up just to create a bit of warmth within the manor. But each of you have roughly 6 hours left in the day. So what I will do is just leave it up to you for what you'd like to accomplish.
Adashi would like to go to the temple and kind of say a little prayer for Lady Faye and Exarch Tuzahena. Just since he was there before, and like I think he's getting a little worried after seeing the lights and stuff the night before.
I think I'll accompany him.
As will I.
I want to sort of find the head of the guards for the stronghold. See if, like, what information I can get to see, like, for example, yeah.
I'll go with May.
Yeah, I'll go with them as well.
Or maybe we can have them come and, like, eat dinner with us. That'd be nice. Seems like something our uncle would do.
Yeah, we should find them and invite them to dinner.
As Adashi's leaving with the others, he'll yell to them, hey, "Find our dwarf friend too. Maybe he wants to come to dinner."
Or who?
You know, as like and Adashi's like still walking away, so he's yelling even louder. The guy Vieric pickpocketed, and it started that whole fight.
Oh my God! Shush. Okay.
He should
And
definitely
I look at Crix and just and I'm just like, don't let him out of your sight, please.
I'm not going with Vieric. I was going with you.
Oh, so it's just Stalin and Creep.
Yep.
Yeah, we've done it again, where we split into the two groups that shouldn't be left alone.
I was just about to say, just Stalin being the only slightly responsible one.
Well, at least you and I can tag team Vieric if he gets out of hand.
The responsible.
You can try.
I've stopped you before.
It was a cheap shot. Let's be honest.
As long as you understand you had it coming that time.
Don't worry,
I
you'll get it
would.
back. Give it time, brother. Give it time.
Yeah, we're in the city where I almost accidentally sent you through the ice. Remember?
This place isn't full of happy memories for us.
Yeah.
We really fucked it up last time.
We were almost kicked out by the town we saved.
Adashi, Justalin, and Creptilli, can each of you give me a religion check? Creptilli, can you make yours at advantage? Crix, May, Vieric, each of you find the guard left in command. And he is more than happy to accept your invitation to dinner.
For the record, which might explain Cryptilli's lower rolls, Adashi definitely cast Unseen Servant beforehand, like before praying, and the Unseen Servant was like had incense and was like kind of just moving around the room, like it was a super extra kind of prayer ritual that Adashi is used to doing.
How do you come up with this stuff?
He pulled out some bongos, and the Unseen Servant was kind of like playing some like very tasteful drums.
Well, while it does, no one is finding, well, much solitude, if you will, The echoing of the bongos are disturbing the peace for sure.
It's very tasteful, you know. It's like very like meditative, like slow. But I mean, it's not quiet.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna leave. Since I can't concentrate with that noise, I'm used to being alone. I'm just gonna go outside of the temple.
After laughing, I'll go outside as well, maybe on the opposite end, go meditate and do my own version of my own prayers.
Tadashi's really into it, so he doesn't notice that they leave and probably stays praying for way too long. Maybe until one of them come get him.
I don't think anyone's gonna come get you, Adashi.
Yeah, yeah. Making a lot of friends this session. Making a lot of friends.
Well, as the night progresses, it seems that each of you are, I guess, just waiting for your dinner guest to arrive.
We're all back at the manor now.
And unless there's other things you guys wish to accomplish.
No, that's good. I think Adachi probably came in way after Cotilli and just Stalin, and just kind of goes up to him and goes, "Oh, I didn't even notice you two left. Um,
I called for
did
you,
you
but
just?
I gave up. I didn't want to completely disturb your ceremony.
Oh yeah. It's amazing, isn't it? I mean, you just really feel the drums, and you can just smell the incense burning. It really like takes you to that next spiritual level. I mean, I just felt like the knowledge of Zahana was just pouring into me.
It definitely seemed pretty intense for the senses.
Yeah, I mean, we could do that like every day if you want to, just on. I mean, I haven't been praying like I used to, but I mean,
Each of you hear a knock at the door.
Perhaps another time, brother.
oh yeah, sure, yeah, we can talk about it.
Um, I'll go to the door, open it, and in a very melancholy voice, I'll say, "You rang."
Need more
Princess,
bass than that.
the name's Derlin Valor. Your siblings had asked for me to be a guest tonight for dinner.
Hmm. That sounds like something those two would do. Um, come in.
Thank you. And gives a few bows, making his way in. Then gives each of you a bit of a salute. And quite notably, each of you are able to pick out this is a half-elf male. A bit of shorter orangish hair and these green eyes. Ears being that a little pointy, but not as lengthy as each of yours is nearly a dead giveaway. Dressed in some studded leather armor and a purple cloak. He has Blight's sigil upon his chest, along with the stronghold symbol, Exarchs, that of a hammer.
Welcome.
Now, would it be very surprising to see another half elf, or are there a few of us
There's a few.
Okay, so not completely rare.
No. It's a bit
Gotcha.
uncommon, but I mean they're definitely scattered about.
Gotcha.
I don't think Adachi realized we were having company because he kind of walked in late. But noticing that we have someone coming, Adachi's gonna like try to transition out of little brother mode into court advisor or potential future court advisor. He's gonna like kind of puff up his chest a little bit and do a deep bow and say, uh, "Welcome, you. We proudly welcome you as part of the Grimhearth family, where we welcome all races, half and full blood, as equals." And he bows again.
Bows back. Well, thanks. I think. As each of you
Adachi
notice
just
a bit of a
nods.
puzzled look upon his face, he then musters up the courage and just says, "Excuse my well, forwardness, but I'm guessing that you had me come here for a reason, and I mean, the stronghold's doing great. I mean, I'm not one to give much of a report, but with the amount of gold that you had sent and the amount of workers that came, it's almost as if this is a new place."
That's wonderful. No, we didn't really ask you to join us for a report. Uh, our father sent us because he's worried about our uncle. We wanted to know. Our intention is to continue on our journey north to try to track him down. Uh, but I wanted to know before we set out sort of what crew and what equipment, who all was with our uncle, and what guidance you could give us for our travels north. We've never quite been this way.
Well, off to the north, you'll find no road connecting here from Windhelm. We don't have enough individuals willing to go about with all the northern holes roaming up in the area. But not only that, but other creatures a bit more frightening than those kind of stomp those grounds. So, nonetheless, it's a tad bit dangerous, but nothing I don't think that any one of you can't handle. You all seem to be quite a bit more formidable than I. However, the other thing of note would be the green hue coming from the north. It's been rumored, trickling about through the guards that each of you had reported it at the southern gate.
Yes, we saw it last night on our way in.
Well, it seems to be getting closer. It's not moving very fast, but by the looks of it, it should be here within a day or two.
Do you think we should wait here, or should we try to intercept it?
I'm not sure what it is, but if whatever it is, I don't know if catching it would be a good idea.
It seems headed here nonetheless, though, right?
It seems certain. Spotted it about 2 days ago upon the northern horizon. It seems to be growing just a tad bit brighter as each day passes. But when the sun is up in the sky, it seems to just disappear.
I think Adachi would speak up and say, if it seems to be growing stronger, perhaps it would be better to deal with it now rather than wait till it gets worse.
I feel it may be glowing more because it's approaching, not because it's growing stronger, Adachi.
Even so, I mean, I think it would be helpful scouting it out, right? I mean, we have some capacity to do so and hopefully not be harmed.
It's true, brother. That wouldn't be a bad idea.
And if the Exarch wasn't back, my thought was to evacuate the town. Have the individuals make their way to Blight for some form of safety. The guard will stay here to protect. But now that you're here, perhaps you can give us some guidance.
The stronghold definitely seems like the most defensible position, especially with all these great improvements you've done.
He'll give a bit of a chuckle. Thank you, Prince, but nothing like the castle walls and the city walls of Blight.
Don't
Oh, well,
downplay
yeah,
your hard
of course.
work. You worked hard for it.
Whether it was hard work or not, wood cannot match up to stone. But I still thank you for the compliments.
Those who can't fight would definitely be more safe in Blight. And I didn't mean to rhyme with that. That was so corny.
I agree. An evacuation of Blight is a good idea. Whether or not we choose to take on whatever's coming here or go to it, that's really the decision I see at hand.
Well, then what should we
Perhaps-
do?
Perhaps, like Adachi suggested, we can do a scouting mission. We can get pretty quick. We can move really quickly on the sleds. After all,
Yeah, I agree, May. Maybe we can, before we launch a full-scale evacuation, perhaps we figure out what we're up against, and then we can. I can always send Little May back with a message, and yeah, I think we need to know what we're up against first.
Seems fair enough. I say we scope it out, but do so carefully.
Virik, Cryptilli, are you okay with this plan? Cryptilli, as you know, because you're so wise, I think we all would love to hear your thought. And he kind of winks at May.
I'll add, whether we decide to evacuate or not, we should at least have a plan to fight. Because if there is something approaching Blight, we could stop it here.
I think that's actually really smart, sister. The population of Blight. I mean, if this is some kind of powerful creature, this is our best chance to stop whatever it is from going further south here at Exarch Stronghold.
So it's decided tomorrow we'll go on a scouting mission and try and travel back.
With
Yeah.
a... Sorry, go ahead, Crix.
Yeah, and then once we actually know what we're dealing with, maybe if we can try and deal with it out in the wild so we don't have to potentially have any harm done to Exarch Stronghold. But if it's something that we don't think we can handle on our own, we should definitely retreat and set up some sort of other defensive plan. But whatever it is, if it's dangerous, we need to kill it. It's on its way towards Blight.
Agreed.
Agreed.
Well, then I'll begin to let the guard know, to gather and spread the word for the townsfolk to evacuate. The guards will hold here and wait your return.
If we're not back by the second night, maybe you should just evacuate.
If you think it's so dangerous, should we come with you, my lady?
I wouldn't be opposed.
Will they be on horses?
No, you steal XP.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
That too.
No, we'll be on foot.
And they'll get left.
Well, then maybe it's best if you stay here and protect your people. If it's so bad, we can come back quickly.
Very well. Then you hear the stomach rumble. He clutches his stomach. Sorry. Seems I've saved a bit of room.
Oh, yes. And I assume that there's some food for us.
Yes, eat your food filled. Don't be shy.
May ladles him up a bowl if it's maybe something like that, and then gives it to him and gives herself one and sits down.
Sure, you whip up a bit of porridge, serving little sides of fruit and bread. And even on top of the bread, giving it a little bit of a twist, slices of goat meat are found in the pantry.
Beautiful.
But with each of your plan to begin confirming the evacuation of the stronghold for each of the individuals to head down towards Blight and having the guard hold for no more than 2 days' time, what I'd like to do is just fast forward each of you to the next day if nothing else is to be completed.
I'm good.
Nothing for me.
Could Adachi roll to try to learn a new spell? Or is that... Do I need to spend more time on that?
If you wish to learn another spell, like a new one, yes. It'll require some time.
Okay. He's studying for another spell.
Go ahead and give me an Arcana check, and I think I actually have your spells pinned, but let me double check. I do not. But nonetheless, a 21 will succeed.
Cool. Yeah, I need to figure. I don't remember what I sent you, so I'll PM you.
Sounds good to me.
Okay. And that's it.
So, with each of you getting a nice bit of rest in Exarch's manor, finding yourself in comfortable beds and some warmth in comparison to sleeping out in your tents during these cold times, each of you find yourself waking up quite refreshed on the morning of May 3rd. Then, as each of you get ready through the day, I just want to check on, are you using the sleds as transportation, or are you going to walk?
Definitely the slides.
Yeah, and before we leave town, I want to make sure when we're picking the dogs up from the stables that I purchase more food for them.
Okay.
We should have woken up early today so we could use the light to help hone in on where to go.
Well, since I'm doing like a bit of fast forward, I'm going to like forego like a little bit and just give you like a description.
Okay.
How much meat are you trying to get though, there, Creptilly? Just as much as you can.
I would say at least 4 days with the travel for the dogs.
So roughly 56 pounds of meat will be a silver apiece, so 56 silver or 5 gold, 6 silver, however you'd like to break it down.
Yeah, I'll give them 6 gold.
Okay, he'll give you back the 6 silver. Or the 4 silver, sorry.
Yeah, and I'll tell them thank you for the surplus of meat, and I'll give them that 4 silver back.
Yes, that's exactly why I'm trying to fast forward a bit, May. As each of you make your way forward, heading to the north, after spotting that the green hue seems to be getting a bit closer the next morning, you set out and begin your journey to the north. And take our small break and be back in just a few moments. And see what you all come up to. So,
Cool.
be right back, everybody.
I'll take.
Alright, so we're back. With each of you using the sleds, making your way up north, the only thing I need to check for just clarifying a little bit of distance is hopefully May and Virik's final acrobatics check to drive the sleds.
I'll give them both guidance for this one, just so we can make it there more hastily.
You can only give it to one.
Since Virik has been needing it mostly, I'll give it to him.
So roll the d4. I believe it is. Nice. So making your way in a very quickened pace with a common goal in mind, if you will, each of you find it to be just past midday as you come across a bit of a bend and begin to make your way up a bit of a snow hill. It's quite a bit of an incline, but from the unkept bits of roads and things to the north, as the guard had pointed out, it's not to be unexpected. However, when each of you make your way to the top, the wind is kicking quite a bit, and you look down to a valley beneath you with a bit of a steep incline making your way down. Virik and May maneuver the sleds quite tactfully in order to keep a steady speed but not spiral out of control. And as each of you make your way down, the wind whipping at your face, you can feel the bits of snow and ice that have begun to just build up amongst each of your faces, as well as little bits of your clothing. While you're still warm, you're just quite surprised at, the amount of buildup due to just the sheer amount of speed. At this point, with the wind whipping and kicking up quite a bit, can each of you give me a perception check at disadvantage? May with 5, just Stalin with the 6, Crix with the 12.
I did it, but it didn't show up. I got a 15. You want me to just roll it again?
Dang, it didn't load Creptilli's in there either. Creptilli got a 24. Rolled a natural 20 and a 19.
Dang.
But I don't see yours. I just see the one roll. You gotta roll one more time there, Virik.
Oh, alright.
Just because it's at disadvantage. And, Adachi, if you are using Little May, it will just be a regular check.
No, I'm just gonna do me.
Okay. So Creptilli. Oh, there's your other 19. That one popped up in there. Creptilli and Virik. I think it's the same duo that had spotted the other the improvement of the stronghold as well. Your eyes are a bit keen and used to not only the weather but just the way of the transversing with the dog sleds at this point, breaking away bits of the snow and ice that kind of block your vision from your eyes that had been built up just a bit. Both of you will begin to spot a slight greenish hue, roughly from a guess. It could be from the weather anywhere between a few hundred feet to miles away.
And I don't know how loud it is on the sled, but I'll say at a voice that I think Mavar can hear me. It seems like we're approaching whatever there is to the north. I can see the hue.
May pulls back on the reins a little bit and slows down, but doesn't stop.
I'm gonna tell the guys on my sled as well that we're coming up on the hue. And I'm a match speed with Mavar.
Okay, so from the sounds of it, slowing down and progressing.
Yeah, as I keep my eye towards it, I'll try to gauge a little more about how far it is and how much farther we have that we're able to travel.
Well, as you each continue on, at this point, can each of you give me a perception check at advantage? Well, while a 12 isn't necessarily the best, it's still not bad. As each of you approach, you'll note after slowing down, the wind is still kicking up quite a bit. Keeping an eye out upon the target ahead, each of you start to notice this green hue growing bits brighter and brighter. Soon, the wind kicking quite fierce at this point, each of you begin to see a green fog crawling slowly along the ground. Before you is what appears to be this large wave wall creeping towards you. This fog is just about 100 foot away.
Should we stop?
I was gonna ask you the same. Maybe we should just hold our ground here. Or we could go backwards a bit.
How fast does it look like it's moving?
I mean, maybe a few miles per hour, maybe quicker. It's
I'm
just like
mostly asking,
rolling
like-
along the ground, so it's a little difficult to tell. Plus, with each of you making your way towards it, making it a little harder.
As we're approaching it, I want to see if I can look around it to see where it ends. If there's a space, not towards the water, but towards the tree lines, maybe, that it looks like we can go around it.
You can go ahead and give me a perception check. This will be at disadvantage looking into the trees.
Can I roll like a history check or something to see if I've seen anything or read about anything that looks anything like this? Like if it looks like a poison gas maybe, or what?
From everything that you know, there will be no check required. You're quite certain you have no idea what this is. But it's nothing like a poison cloud or any type of spell that you, Adachi, or anyone else amongst you is aware of.
Could I think this is okay. Dashi would like look to his sled mates and just kind of say, if it gets too close, would you guys just mind like moving the sled? I'm gonna see if I can detect any magic in the fog. I know they kind of spend 10 minutes trying to ritual cast detect magic.
Yeah, and I'm just gonna ready my crossbow.
We've stopped at this point, right?
I hope so.
Yes, I think so. Unless I'm mistaken. But I'd like to ready my bow as well.
I'm gonna summon my shadow and have it walk into the fog. This will at least maybe give us some indication of if it's immediately dangerous. As much as I don't like killing it for science. Anyone have any objection to that idea?
Cryptilli, did
No.
you roll and it not go through again?
Yeah, it was in that one.
And no objections.
Same.
Alright, with that, I'm gonna follow behind it until we get kinda close, and then I'm just gonna send my shadow into the fog.
Alright. Cryptilli, you do not see where it ends. Adachi begins detecting magic, so that'll take about 10 minutes. And Crix, you begin making your way there. Being at a still and little bit more sturdy pace, it will just take about 6 minutes, 7 minutes for your clone to get there, or your shadow to get there. But of course, you will have to stay close.
At this point where I'm looking at the fog, does it look like something we can see through? Can we see anything into it, or does it look super dense?
It indeed does look super dense. Just like little, it almost looks as if like the ocean waves itself are rolling over as the green fog just continues to creep along the ground. The wind is still whipping quite strong, but this fog does not seem to be hindered.
Just out of sheer uncertainty of like what's going on, um, I'm gonna pull out my rope. I'm gonna pass it to each one of my siblings, and I tell them, at least hold on to the rope as much as you can, as to not get separated if this fog does hinder our vision.
Crix, are you still continuing forward?
Yes.
And from the sounds of it, other than with your shadow, it's just you.
As far as I know, yes.
Oh, I'm gonna follow relatively close because I want to make sure that Crix isn't left alone if he's venturing in with his shadow, which is part of the reason I wanted to give the rope.
Okay. Just making sure I've got everything noted down appropriately. Crix, sending Shadow in, keeping a max distance, and then Cryptilli and the others fairly close behind. We'll say maybe 15 to 30 foot.
Sounds good to me.
Okay. Crix, as soon as your shadow touches the fog, it melts. It's gone. You no longer feel your bond.
The moment that happens, I'm gonna stagger backwards and say we can't go in there.
At this point, we'll say it's about 25 foot away from you. Making your way back.
I'm gonna just shoot a sacred flame into the fog.
Nothing happens. It doesn't even seem to be slightly affected.
Glad it didn't blow up.
And Adachi, when your detect magic goes off, you do detect magic coming from the green fog, but this is no magic that you are familiar with. You don't recognize the school or anything about it.
Oh, fun. Okay.
Now, is the fog too thick for us to see into it at all? Like, see any of the vegetation or trees that might be inside of the fog, but still close to the edge where we are?
As soon as you see any type of stone or tree that's near the area go into the fog, as soon as it appears to engulf the last little bit of stone or the last leaf from the farthest branch, it's completely gone.
I'm gonna turn the dogs around and say, okay, guys, we gotta go.
I'm gonna suggest that we try to go around it, even if I don't see an end. I'll say, I'm not sure if we can get around this. I see no end to it, though I would like to see what's happened in its trail. Can we see if we can go around it instead of backwards? So that at least we can tell what has happened or what is happening. And I'll ask Adachi to send May to exert Stronghold with a note stating not to go into the fog.
I got it. Adachi writes a quick scroll and attaches it to Little May and sends her off. I'll type the scroll in chat.
I agree with our sister. Let's beat a retreat and then try to go around.
Yes, we definitely need to discover more information about this.
Well, let's give it a shot. And if it doesn't end, then we got a problem.
Okay. Unfortunately, as each of you are attempting to head around and trying to just create like a little bit of an angle, you don't seem to find the end. You end up reaching the point where you are at tree lines. You have the choice to attempt to maneuver through the area or attempt to move on foot.
I'll let Virik and Mavara decide if they think we should risk the biscuit.
Well, we won't be able to navigate through the tree line on the sleds quickly. But I'm not sure.
Either way, we're gonna be slower, but I think we should take it on foot just in case.
Sounds good. I'll stay on the sled just to guide them gently through the trees.
Do the dogs seem nervous at all about the presence of this fog that we're moving alongside of? I know we're not super close, but, you know, animal instincts and all.
With their amount of training, keeping them on a task, they do not seem to mind.
Good dogs.
Yeah,
The
on that,
best
on that
dogs.
note, do we see anything with other animals or like birds or other animals maybe trying to escape the fog or not go into it?
No, you do not. Good questions.
What about Kitty and Nix? Because they're not like guide dogs, so do they sense anything?
Nope.
Ah, that's fine. Let's just dive into the fog. Fuck it.
You want to melt like my shadow?
Let's throw a piece of
Believe
meat
me.
on string and like reel it back in.
If by piece of meat you mean a dog, deal.
Yeah, I was talking about some of the food maybe, just to see if it affects like
Yeah.
organic things as well, instead of just being anti-magical. Maybe that's what took out the shadow.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong on this, Kyle, but the way you described how things were disappearing into the fog, were they still visible until they were completely enveloped, or were they kind of disappearing as they were enveloped?
Disappearing as they were enveloped.
Okay. Because for a moment you had me thinking it might be like a portal.
Yeah.
So I guess we're tossing that piece of meat then.
That's what I'd like to do. Why not?
Tie it on a rope, try and pull it back.
Would I need to check for that to see how far I can throw it?
Okay.
You did not hit the fog. You missed.
I'm assuming as long as you get close enough to the fog, and then, I'm guessing attempting to sprint away, as soon as you throw the meat and it goes in, you're unable to see it, so you're not sure how far it goes.
Now it's tied though. I want to make sure it was tied so I can pull it back in.
Sure.
Okay.
You pull it back in, and guesstimating that you kind of toss it roughly 10 to 12 foot, the meat seems fine.
The meat is fine.
But the meat is dead.
Like I said, we should have sent a dog. We can spare a dog.
I vote you take Kitty into it. She's pretty smart. She can tell us what happened.
Hey, I vote you fuck off.
Cryptilli, did you cook all of those crabs you caught?
Indeed, I did.
Oh, what a shame.
At this point, while not moving, the fog is within 15 foot.
So we either keep going or we send one of these puppers.
I mean, personally, I'm gonna vote that we go around it as much as we can, just to see what happens in its trail.
So
Yeah,
far, we've
I
not
like
even
the.
been able to find a way around it, though.
It's big.
Into
For-
the thick of it, I guess.
Is that your final answer?
We should have a dog walking in front of us though, like on a leash.
What about Kitty?
What about no? You know
Mm,
what?
I-
Fuck it. I'll go in front. You guys just follow or whatever the fuck.
Eric,
think we
that's a
should-
bad idea.
Yeah, let's send a dog. Come on, quickly now. And May grabs one of the ones from the back from her sled and kind of walks it up towards the cloud, not too close, and has it sit and then runs back to join the group.
Sitting there, wagging its tail, kind of panting a bit, it just seems to be awaiting a treat. And the fog then engulfs it. The dog
And-
disappears from sight.
And then I whistle to it.
Out comes the pupper. Running straight to you, and then just sitting again right at your feet, awaiting patiently.
Perhaps it is harmless.
And I'll throw the dog not a piece of meat, but a piece of one of my rations, like a fourth of a ration.
Snags it out of the air, few chomps, then swallows.
Well, perhaps we should employ your rope idea. Even if it doesn't harm us, we definitely won't be able to see very far.
Agreed.
So what if Virik and I stay on the sleds in order to keep the dogs in order, and then the rest of you form a line in between the two sleds with the ropes?
Should we maybe leave the dogs further back? Just in case it is dangerous and we need to make a quick escape?
Well, there's no quicker escape than with the dogs.
And we might not be able to find them on the way back, unfortunately.
Sure. Okay. Let's go.
Alright, so who goes first?
So I think the formation that I was suggesting was like the two sleds kind of like parallel to each other, and then the rest of the crew is sort of standing in the space between the sleds in a straight line where the like mushies would be.
Okay. So kind of doing like the fireman's walk with the dogs leading.
Sure, I don't know what a fireman's walk is.
Everyone walks in like a horizontal line,
Yeah,
like
sounds about right.
usually for like search parties and stuff.
Yeah, okay, that sounds perfect. It's exactly the formation I was looking for.
Alright, so as the dogs make their way in, each of them, one by one, disappearing from sight. Then, as each of you make your way in, what do you do?
Kirks is going to brace himself for the sensation of melting, because that's fully what he expects is going to happen.
So like that hold your breath, tense up kind of thing?
Yeah, kind of like, almost like you ate a piece of sour
Oh, shit.
lemon.
Yeah, I would maybe like to cut off a part of like my tunic or something and kind of wrap it around my face for like a little bit of a mask, or you know what I'm saying, like a just in case it's
Sure.
poisonous or of some kind.
Anything else?
I'll take a swig to calm my nerves and then pull my mask back up. I usually have it on anyway.
Yep, I was about to say I'm gonna throw my hood of my cloak on, and I'm gonna grab it with my left hand, and then in my right hand I'm gonna keep my crossbow knocked, and I'm just gonna brace for it.
All right. Just Stalin, Greptili, Adashi, May, Virik, need wisdom saving throws from you, please.
Damn it.
Oh no.
It's not good, guys. Crix, give me a perception check. As
I saw this coming.
as predicted, you anticipate the sensation of being melted, but without feeling any pain, you open your eyes a bit slowly. You notice the sled to be a bit out of control at this point, as just Stalin, Virik, Kreptili, and Adashi each turn looking at you with a greenish glow amongst their eyes. Just Stalin, Virik, Kreptili, and Adashi, each of you have failed and are now under my control.
Damn.
It's a beautiful thing.
Well, I gotta take out the whole family, huh?
Well, I'll give you a moment to process this, but I will need a what do you do? May, I guess since you pass, you feel this voice creeping over your mind, and you begin to hear words. Heal, family, the royals must die. And as you feel this greenish hue, this color overtake your sight, you're able to fight it off. Still finding yourself within the fog and the sighting being a bit green, you are still seeing normally. But something odd had just occurred.
And I can see my siblings, or no?
Taking a look around, you can give me a perception check. I didn't want to ask for yours right away due to, effects and stuff. Yeah, you can notice it. Each of them having this slight greenish glow amongst their eyes. The pupils' iris is gone. It's almost as if light itself is trying to escape from behind their eyes.
And that's just Stalin, Virik, and Creep Tilly.
And Adashi, I
Just
think.
Stalin, Virik, Kriptili, and Adashi.
Everybody but me and you, May.
Okay. I look to Crix and I say, what do we do? Something's wrong with the rest of our siblings.
And at this time, it's going to be a bit difficult for you to control the sleds. Virik does not seem to have any intent on steering, if you will, or directing the sled. So can you give me an acrobatics check at advantage? Yeah, at advantage is fine. Because you're going pretty slow, but see how well you can take care of it. And then I won't interrupt anymore. That's the last thing I need.
Come on, everybody, snap out of it. You're gonna let a little fog do something to you?
You wanted the acrobatics check from May, right?
That is correct.
Oh, sorry. I thought it was Vieric. You said with advantage.
Yes. Ooh. You keep control. Still making your way in.
I stopped the sleds.
Okay.
Have any of the others done anything yet?
No, I'm giving each of you a chance to process the information before, you know, acting.
May, you've got some rope, right?
Yeah, I have rope.
Okay, just be ready when the time comes.
Okay. I pull it out. Should we try to go back?
So,
I'm not going back without my family.
if each of you would place yourselves on the map here, I'll see if I can find some tokens for dog sleds and stuff. Oop. Sorry about that. And add him there right next to Crix. Deep in the, well, I wouldn't say deep in the fog, but within the fog, everything having a greenish hue amongst it. Alright, so I can't find any tokens for a dog sled, but I can find token for sled dog. So I will put a few of them out on the map. And at this point, since just waiting, can each of you begin to roll me initiative?
Oh no.
Yay! I forgot to click myself. It's been so long. Sorry.
That is fine.
Same.
Crix, because you're basically anticipating something to happen, I will allow you to get this at advantage.
Thank you.
Lol.
Never mind.
Roll
I
two
want
ones.
to go last. I can't use my inspiration now, can I?
I mean, if you really want to, I'll let you.
Yeah, I'll use it. Oh, that's a lot better. 10 times better, in fact. Now all the dogs roll initiative.
I'm not gonna roll all like them for each dog, but if needed, I will roll initiative for him. So I just need to add the ones that weren't added. have Justalin. I need May.
I rolled a 10.
Okay. Well, this is going to be a little interesting. But nonetheless, let's see what happens. So at the top of the turn order, we have Justalin.
Sorry.
So, Justalin, I do believe, I will, need you to, hold on, I actually need to set you guys up in, like, a correct order. So, this is gonna be a little rough, so just give me a moment. And the reason being is because positioning is key.
Also, can any attacks from me, or all attacks from me, just be unarmed since I never pulled my sword out? Or would I be
Oh, no, buddy.
conscious enough to pull out my weapon right now?
I want to say your positioning would be somewhere around that manner. Correct?
No argument from me.
Yeah, that looks about right.
Yep.
Okay. Crix. Justalin focuses towards you and attempts to strike you immediately, unwielding the short sword and swinging forward. Justalin, can you give me an attack roll, please? $16 to hit, Crix. Believe that's a
Doesn't hit me.
miss. And then give me an unarmed strike. Nope. Another attack roll first. We got a hit.
Gotcha.
We got a hit, Justalin. God dang it! Justalin attempting to attack Crix, but Crix being at the ready, dodging both of the attacks as the dogs begin to bark, crying out a bit at the confusion. Cryptilli. Reach out and chill touch Adachi in attempting to spread it to Nyx and May. $14 to hit, Adachi. I believe that's a miss.
You forgot me in the turn order.
Yeah,
I rolled a 10
That's
too.
that's a miss.
Okay, I will add you. Thank you for noticing before it was your turn.
Yep.
With May and Crix not being under my control and rolling a 10, they will go before you, Varric. So, May?
I shout to Crix and say, and I take the rope that I had out and try to tie Adachi and Cryptilli to each other, like back to back. While I'm yelling, "Snap out of it!"
All right. You can give me an athletics check. but I will also need opposing ones from Kreptilli and Adashi, or one of you can roll it at advantage.
Damn it.
I guess we'll just both roll.
No.
Well, with the 12, you're able to tangle up Adashi a bit. However, Kreptilli is still keeping the rope slack. Neither one is caught.
And that counts as my attack, correct?
Correct. It counts as your attack.
Yeah, I just keep shouting, snap out of it.
You can move too if you wanted to.
And so you can move and also bonus action if you've got one.
Okay, I'll back up to about here. Not here.
Okay. Adashi will do nothing. Kreptilli, not having a weapon in hand, will do nothing as well. Anything else?
I don't think so. Oh, no, that's it.
Crix, it's your turn, buddy.
I'm gonna summon my shadow behind Justalin, and I'm gonna have it use a grapple to try and grapple Justalin.
Okay.
That's just an athletics check, right? Opposed.
Mm-hmm.
For me too, right?
Yep.
And I have advantage, right?
Not from
Or does
the
that
grapple.
not? Okay.
Oh, just all rolled a 4.
Never been so happy for a low roll.
Right? At this time, you want all shit rolls.
Exactly.
No! But still higher?
It is still higher.
And it's
The-
opposed roll.
The only thing I count critical fails for and like successes are not necessarily skills checks, but just kind of like the attack rolls. And with this being like an opposed, it's definitely more skill in my opinion. So you can grapple him. And if I would have known you had a +5, I wouldn't have even asked you for a roll, actually. So,
And then I'm going to move down here, and I will use Action Surge to try and grapple Vieric.
okay. I mean, how many more ones can you roll?
Well, I've had 3 in the past 5 rolls, so
I know.
pretty
so
hot
the,
right
the
now.
odds are on your side to be above a 10 this time, right? Ooh, 19. Vieric, give me an athletics check. Oh! If he meets it, he beats it as the defender. Crix being quite a bit more agile is definitely a bit odd thing to say for in comparison to just Stalin, but in this situation, Vieric is unable to be restrained or grappled.
Damn it.
Yeah, that's gonna end my turn. That's all I can do this round. I'll yell out to May to tie up Justalin.
Vieric takes a couple steps back. Go 5 foot down and then 15, and then use your rest of your movement to go to the left.
I will take my opportunity attack on him, non-lethal.
Okay. $16, I believe that's a miss. Vieric, can you confirm?
I'm 16, so I don't know if it hits if you're equal or
If it meets it, it hits.
All right, well it hits.
Perfect. Non-lethal, you will take 12 points of temporary damage.
Oof.
And then I believe you'll get somewhere to around here. And then I will need a longbow attack against Crix. Hey, 3 on the dice, or a 2 on the dice, leading it to be an 11. Missing Crix wildly.
Beautiful, amazing shot.
Adachi having a bit of range now. Take a firebolt attack at Nyx, please. I must say, this has to be the best way I could go about it thus far. Yeah. Missing Nyx as the firebolt just dissipates as it connects into the snow, smoldering itself out. Just Stalin, back to round 2. I will need you to attempt to break out. So I need opposing athletics checks from Just Stalin and Crix's Shadow. Unable to break free, Just Stalin finds himself, well, basically immobilized. At this point, give me another chill touch against Adachi there, Cryptilli. The attack roll first.
But he wouldn't be resisting. He'd let it happen.
Oh my gosh.
Wow, guys.
We really don't want to hurt each other.
This is incredible.
It is definitely seeming that something is withholding itself from allowing each of you to hurt one another. But it brings us back to May.
Yeah, so I'm gonna run towards Stalin and try to tie him up, like Crix asked. If the shadow's still grappling him, do I get some sort of advantage?
Indeed you do.
That's
And because of it, Just Stalin actually has disadvantage as well. So, Just Stalin, can you give me yet another athletics check at disadvantage? May, tying him up and not needing to worry about the still both bad rolls. Can you give me a survival check? It's not 20. I'll let that go. Because it's still going to be a natural 20 on the dice either way. Rekid is now grappled, restrained, and I guess incapacitated. Not being able to move.
Good.
All right, I turn around and to face Adachi, I guess. And that's the end of my turn.
Crix?
I'm gonna make my way over here. And I'll have my shadow move here. And I'm gonna have my shadow attempt to grapple Adachi now.
Alright. Oppose athletics checks. Adachi is grappled. Round him up.
Ooh, I'm coming with the rope, bro.
I love how each of you are now just being herded like cattle.
And now it's time to try and grab Cryptilli.
But I do believe that's the end of your turn. Oh, if you still have your action, that's right. Cryptilli, oppose athletics check. Hot damn. Crix got 2 of them this time. Adachi and Crix both grappled.
And that will end my turn.
Yeah, Crix and I are gonna start a cattle ranch pretty soon here.
Vieric, go half your movement to the left and take a shot at Mayvara, please. Actually, let me roll for this. Shoot at Kitty.
You motherfucker.
Evil. That's perfect.
Wait, but Kitty's not on the map. I think that's just Nyx.
Oh, Kitty would be on the map. 19 hits. Go ahead and roll me damage. The arrow piercing into Kitty and taking 11 points of damage.
I don't even know what her total is.
It's 16.
Okay. Thank
If
you.
Yeah, if you go to extras, she'll be under there.
Good notes. Kitty looks a bit confused and runs over to Nyx. Well, actually, just to make sure I do this right, the attack will need to be made at disadvantage because with no commands, they automatically take the dodge.
Oh, so I gotta roll again then.
Yep, because you may go lower. 19's pretty high. Fortunately, the 14 still hits. With the 14 still hitting, everything will still play through. I just wanted to make sure. Adachi. Attempt to break free for me. Athletics check against Crix, please. Unable to break free. I guess I'll give it a shot because why wouldn't they? You will need to beat. Well, you're gonna need to beat a 22 to break free there for me, not Wreck-It, just Stalin. But that's a different monk.
Oops, I jumped the gun.
I mean, even a 9's not gonna make it. So,
Good.
But at this point, I believe there's only a possible couple of other checks to be made, and Vieric is still free. So with that, let's go ahead and call it. And I will put some markers down. Give Justalin a little net reminder that he is captured. And we will continue hopefully next week. And fingers crossed each of you can get your siblings out with little to no harm. So does anyone have anything they'd like to share before we get out of here?
We've made a huge mistake.
But y'all have a good battle plan, so it's working out. Fingers crossed.
Yes. Thank you for playing Fight for Blight. This is Cryptilly. You're playing with your favorite DM, Hip Hop Hokage.
I hope you guys roll better next week.
I don't think I could roll much better.
Not you. My sibling force of doom.
I've had
Oh, all
shit
these kids
rolls
that are
all day.
hogtied on the ground?
Yeah, well, I still got Vieric.
Yeah. Fuck. You guys are gonna have to kill me, but fuck it.
No.
I
Hopefully
told
not.
you didn't want to fight me, Varric.
I didn't get to fight you.
You're doing it
Yet.
right now.
Yet.
Not true. I didn't shoot at him.
Well, I guess you got Kitty once for me. But everyone have a good week and see you next time. Bye.